All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks a million for tuning into our show today, the Just Talk Show, with me, your host, Khutso, where we talk about everything, all brought to you by Talitha Cumi FM. Well, it is a lovely day, the first day of the brand new week. Well, I'll go back to the lovely day. I think today it is an extra super lovely day since we have our special guest today here with us in the show. Ladies and gentlemen, as it is the culture of Talitha Cumi crew not to introduce our lovely guest. In fact, the guest will introduce herself. Miss, how are you?
I'm good at yourself, Khutso.
I'm well, thank you. Tell me, who are you? In fact, let me just start there. Because now I want to be telling our listeners out there that, well, she is Mang and Mang.
All right.
You have to do that.
Of course. Well, I'm Khanyisile, a young, born-again, marketer in the making, destined for greatness young woman. Born and bred from the town of Middelburg, in simple terms. That's me, That's Khanyisile for you.
Of course,
yes.
Of course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, we have two hosts in the show today. Well, she is the host of the brand new show that will be starting on the 1st of June. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome her, and let's go to the break right now, and then we'll talk about everything in terms of the brand new show she'll be hosting. Enjoy the lovely song. We'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That was a lovely song. Now, back to the Just Talk Show with me, your host, Khutso. Now, since now we have our lovely guest in the show today, the guest of the host of the brand new show, she will actually be telling us the name of the show which she'll be hosting. Now, Khanyisile.
Yes.
I'm very fond of the name Khanyisile. I don't know anything about Zulu, but I know that it says something about light.
Yeah, it's to bring light.
To bring light.
Yes.
Now, I'm assuming that you're going to bring light to the show.
Of course.
Well, now, tell us, what is the name of the show?
The show is called The Hidden Truth. Yes, that's the name of the show.
The Hidden Truth.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you can come up with many names.
Of course.
Now, why the Hidden Truth?
Oh my goodness. When I think of it, the first thing that came to mind was how as people we've come to this place where we're at. But before all of that, I had to go through something. The first thing that comes to mind is Gideon. Gideon was just chilling there, it wasn't the time of the famine in the book of Judges, and God appears to him and says, "Hey, you mighty man of valor." I mean, that announcement is like, I didn't know this was something that was hidden in me. He never saw himself like that, but only for him to discover that he was the one who was called to deliver, the Israelites from this tough time that they were facing. Another one is the prophet Jeremiah. Now, young person, okay, God calls him and says, "Hey, I'm calling you to be my prophet, to go out there and just tell the Israelite what's up." I think that's the simplest way I can put it. And it's these two young men that I see, like, they did not expect that this can come out of them. Such greatness can come out of them. It's something that was hidden. They did not know that they can do mighty works for God. But for them to be able to say, like, listen, this is what God has done for me. At first I was this type of person, but he's taken me through something. And to come out at the end of it, having a testimony. So that's what really the show is about. Why the hidden truth? Because there's some truth that is hidden to us that, at first we did not know that I was this mighty man of valor. I was this woman who is blessed. Only for God to come and reveal his truth to us. Only for him to come and reveal who he is and who we are in him. Yeah, so that's why.
Well, I have to agree. That's a nice meaning. In fact, now, since now I'm already the listener of the brand new show, The Hidden Truth. Now, I'm sure our listeners out there and our viewers out there would want to know this, that what is it? What can we as the listeners expect from you, from the show?
First off, oh my goodness, you'll just expect a lot of talking and craziness, because I am just out there and just, let's just talk on so many things. But some of them that we'll be touching on is, for example, graduates. I am a graduate and it is tough times out here, okay? So we'll just be touching on what graduates might be going through. And I think this show is also relevant for parents to kind of understand what their young are going through, to kind of just understand, like, where is, for example, let's say Khanyisile is coming from, what's going on, what is she facing. We just want to touch on people and the experiences, what they've been through, whether it's teenage pregnancy, or maybe you were in the church for such a long time and being ostracized because of decisions that you've taken. We just want to touch on your maybe young people coming up on businesses, right? What character that molded you to be, how did you come about being such a person who's so business minded, and the challenges you've been through. We want to know the person before all of that happened, before the test. You basically want to know the test in order for you to have the testimony. We just want to break down some of the cultural things that are there. We just want to dissect them and talk about them, and we want everyone to join in. We want you guys to just join in. We want to hear your testimonies.
Well, you know what? I think this show was made for you. I mean, you can even explain it, even broadly. It is as clear as possible. I mean, I must say it is actually made for you, Khanyisile.
Oh, thanks, Khutso.
Well, now, since now it's the brand new show, where do we catch it?
Oh,
well, of course, it's brought to you by Talitha Cumi FM, but then when?
The relevant place and the relevant time, the place to be is on Mondays, 10 a.m. You gotta catch it. Be there, join the conversation, listen in, invite your friends, okay, and your neighbors. I know it's cliche, but seriously, invite your neighbors, okay? We just want everyone to join in on the conversation and to hear what people have to say, what their testimonies are. We want to motivate people that, listen, it's not the end. Jesus, God has a way for you. God has something greater planned for you, Yeah.
Well, now, I'm sure now, since we are talking, already you're having listeners out there. They're already loving the show without even starting yet. Understand? So now, in closing, what would you like to tell your listeners out there and your future listeners out there?
To come expectant, as I said, to kind of join in on this talk. It's not really so much about me, but it's about us sharing our lives, our testimonies, and hearing what you have to say and what you've been through, in order to kind of just see that, listen, this is not the end of the road. I want people to expect good and wholesome conversations where we just, dive deep into certain things, maybe uncharted territory, maybe where you've been afraid. Listen, let's talk about it here, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like people can just expect wholesome, good conversation, guys. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
We're going out to Wimpy. Okay, not going out to Wimpy considering the lockdown, but you know what I mean. Like, you're going out with an old friend. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Let's enjoy.
Wow. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. It's the host of the brand new show named The Hidden Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch it every Monday at 10 a.m. Khanyisile.
Yes.
The light. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into our show, The Just Talk Show, with me, your host, Khutso Wagamalata, all brought to you by Talitha Cumi FM. We're saying goodbye to the show. We'll catch you next week. Have a lovely week. Bye-bye.
Come on, let's make this our confession tonight.